I think it's live now. Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna turn on the computer so I can actually see the chat. But there she is. That's the well, I'm calling it the SS Pergil. Pergil. Is it Pergil or Pergil or Pergil? I don't know. Not the Pergil again. But yes, it's a Star Wars reference. And I chose the name because basically the essentially it's a steampunk airship, so it flies and it's gonna have a sailing vessel beneath it. So it just made the most sense. I was like, well, it's a watercraft that's flying, just like the Pergil were sea creatures that roamed outer space, basically. And also I just really love the lore behind a Pergil. Beyond that, yeah, Gadunka's head. If you're curious, I just found it in the cabinet, stuck it on there. I don't know that that's gonna stay, although I kind of like it. We'll see. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull up a chair, and I'm gonna get building. The current plan, if we can call it a plan, is that this particular build is currently 45 inches. Yes, it does hold its own weight. Kanaka's going to fall off it when I do this, but I think maybe. But it's very tail heavy, as you can see. And so, and then the other thing is like, it doesn't, it's hard to tell on camera, but in person it's easier to tell if you look closely. The whole thing kind of flattens out, it deforms. But anyway, so the goal is to remedy that with a stronger structure. I do have a video that I'm going to be putting out. I think I don't remember when I was gonna put that out, but essentially I've got a video that I gotta upload of the process so far, so you guys are kind of seeing a little bit of a sneak peek here of like what it's gonna be. All right, I think there it goes. I was wondering what was gonna happen there. This is gonna be a short stream too. It's probably only 30 minutes or so. Ah, somebody's joined. Welcome. Please let me know down in the comments if you can actually hear. I haven't done this in a while, and okay, so let's see. Cool. All right, cool. So, yeah, I'm gonna. I think I've got everything. I've been making a list of. I like making lists because it helps me keep track of like everything that's going on. And so I've made a list, and going down, it looks like that I'm only missing pieces for the rudder, the elevator, and looks like 7 other pieces. One of these frame elements, and then some other structural elements, but that I'll get to later anyway. So I'm gonna grab a sorting tray actually. It's gonna be a lot easier. going to be going back and forth between the computer and the desk here because the reality is that I haven't like printed out anything on the design yet. No sort of instructions or anything. I'm hoping to change that eventually, but I wanted to just go ahead and get started. There. Just put that there for now. It's up out of the way. Guess I could have done this off camera, but that's me. My spontaneity. It's like, no, I just want to film. I think that is everything is loose. Set things out so I can quickly get to them. And then you need a second tray, I think. These will be 11s. So the current design in the computer shows that I needed 104 of the 11 length axles. And I was like, I know better than that. I only own 50. What was I thinking? And I went in and realized, oh, I had gotten carried away. And thankfully, I can replace, because it's two 11s in a row, so that's 22. So I can replace them with something like 4 of the 5s and then like a long 3-length connector or something like that. Okay, I think the first step that I want to do, I'm looking at the computer now, I think the first step that I'm going to do is actually the wheel drum. Really, the first step is to take it apart, like as crazy as it sounds. To build something, to take it apart. Got my arms here. I guess I'll finish organizing everything and then I'll get, once I got this mess, get this mess situated, I'll get the rest kind of, I'll start taking this apart. So for those in the chat, how was everybody's Christmas? Or is it still going? And did you get any Lego? I'm curious. Or did you buy yourself some Lego? Guess this will be the thin lift arm tray. Should have 20 of these. I don't need 20, but I'll just keep them all in place. And that should be 96, please. I had to count every single piece in here. The only pieces that I didn't count were the ones that you see here. Or actually, no, I did count the 7L axles because I actually ran out. I had to go find some more in a model. And then I remembered, oh yeah, there's a bunch of them here. So I'll have a bunch extra. I think that's good. Okay. Get a third tray out here. I see a second person joined. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Bit of a slow start, but it's a lazy Saturday, so why not? I don't think I need to sort those out. I can see all that stuff. I say that now, and then I'm going to be staring at the pile and going, I don't know what's there. But just I'll go ahead and start dividing it out. Oh, it is a good thing I sorted this out. There's a lot of light pieces in here. I didn't run out of bags earlier. I just got lazy and didn't want to get up and go get them out, which was bad. But I mean, hey, whatever. 4, 5, 6. And there should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those. And then the rest is more or less sorted. And there they go. Okay. Those are going to move a lot, but whatever. These are going to be a little harder to get out of the bags. Those are the 15s. Nines, 11s, and 16s. Okay, that's good for now. I'll get these out. Those I can just get out of the bag, I guess. Those are gonna roll around. Those I'll get out of the bag. Axles I'll just get out of the bag. Okay, that's fine. That works. Just a little bit of room left to do this. Wrong button. There we go. Okay, time to break it down, I guess. Let's see how much I need to keep together. I think the tail completely changed. Yeah, it did. Huh. It looks like most of the build changed. There's just a couple of key components like the rings that I'll keep together, but even some of those are modified. So it looks like I'm going to be breaking down almost everything. That's cool. Oh. This is kind of, I gotta admit, this is kind of bittersweet. Seeing this like as it is, and then like, I don't know, in my mind's eye and seeing on the computer how it's gonna be, and yet it's like I have to break that thing down. But that's okay. That is okay. I think I should get a laptop or something. Not have to bounce back and forth. Not that bouncing back and forth 5 feet is a big deal, but okay, well, I gotta figure out what the best order is. Because I do want to keep some of it intact. And I don't want it just collapsing everywhere, so yeah, just go ahead and take these off of it. So to get the flexible joints, I had used flex hose or rigid hose or flex tubing, and it's actually not a bad idea. It worked, but it could be stronger, and so but I am going to reuse these rigid hose elements in this build. It's weird seeing it like slowly vanish. Oops, there it goes. Just collapsed. Oops. So now the tail section is, oops, here goes Kadunka. The tail section is free, and that's not necessarily a good thing. It's just wanting to twist off, and I don't want it to break, so it's already, oh, it already broke. Some pieces broke. Alright, there's the tail, my friends. There's the tail. Some of this will be kept, but a lot of it will be redesigned. There's a lot that I thought could have been done better. And it's not the strongest thing in the world, but it's also not terrible. So now this needs to come out. And I think this is the collapsible handle that I just pulled out. And I want to incorporate this into the modern design, the newer design. I have not yet figured out how to do that. It's not in the digital, but it's not something I recreated in the digital yet. But let me move this out of the way. Is it closed? Yeah, it's closed. I can slide this. Sideways, but it'll be fine. And now the handle is free, pulls right out. And it was really kind of a simple thing. Not much to it. Its geometry allowed it to collapse, but also when it lifts out, these would lock into place and lift it from the strongest point on it, which was these. But I still think that could have been done better. And so I'll come up with something. There we go. That is probably the strongest section. It's a little rattly, but it's really sturdy. It twists this way though, and that's something we're going to remedy in the new design. But the geometry is good, and overall I'm really pleased with how that turned out. These Hailfire droid gears, the outer teeth perfectly receive axles slotted in between them. And then in here is a groove that is 1 stud wide, and so you can actually put anything that's round and 1 stud diameter, you can put inside, including these with like a little bit of room to move around, but not a whole lot of room to move around. So they easily slot in, but they don't move. And so the new structure has like these wheel things that I've clamped around it, and it takes advantage of both features where you can slot an axle in between the teeth and then also insert a lift arm into there. And it's going to create a very, very strong and very large wheel drum onto which I'm going to attach a lot of these runners. So they're not just sitting in between this. This was something that I wanted to fix. And it's going to like actually make the whole centerpiece very rigid instead of relying on just these circular forms, which is fine. But again, I thought, yeah, this can be made better. Keep all those together. Oh, it's starting to roll now. I'm going to take the center section out. Yeah. And again, this is just holding its shape because it is round. It doesn't like to be compressed. Things start popping apart, and it doesn't have twist resistance at all. And so that's definitely going to change with this new design. Now, is it good enough? Yes, it was definitely good enough for the design I had, certainly. But it's not necessarily something I want to keep the way it is. I don't remember if I keep that center section, so that's going to stay there. That's going to stay there. And that's that. So now that the whole thing is pretty much taken apart, I'm gonna figure out where I'm at. Originally I was thinking about making this like super modular and having it be able to be taken apart just as easily as you saw there, and thought I would store it and ship it, or I should say transport it in smaller sections, but it wasn't practical. It's not practical to, like, breaking it down, easy. Setting it up, totally different story. And I was running into a lot of issues even doing it here at home with a desk and a chair. And, you know, at a convention hall, they say that they can get you those things, but they can't always provide that. Like, everything that you need in order to, like, you're not going to have a shop away from home to do this. And so, and if you do, then please tell me how you do it, because I'd like to know. But generally speaking, I want to be able to pull something out of a box, set it down, and walk away when I get to a convention. Like, this is my hard work. Check out how cool it is. Here you go. And just set it down and walk away without any significant maintenance. Is that reality? Not most of the time. Can it be done? That's what we're going to try to do here. So, I don't remember. Yeah, it's time to look at the computer, I guess. Because I don't remember which parts I keep and which parts I don't. I know I need to build 2 more diamonds. So Big 17 says hello. Hello. Hi, Big 17. Your question, how much did you buy it for? Like, all the parts? Well, this has been a project for about 2 years, give or take. So I've been saving up for it and trying to watch for the best deals on parts and stuff. So to tell you the truth, I don't know. I don't like keep a spreadsheet of what I pay for certain things. And the truth is that some of these parts I bought 3, 4, 5 years ago. It just kind of... So, like, the reason I chose white, for instance, is because that was left over from the DSS 43 project that I never finished, and realized that I couldn't finish because of the current workspace that I have. I just didn't have the real estate to store it. So, like, I already had those parts. I want to say, I mean, if I had to guess, I guess you're not asking very specific numbers, but probably in the realm of $500. Something like that. I want to say. Maybe less than that. It's probably less than that. Like, the Hailfire Droid gears, I got each of those for, on average, about $25 a piece. So, again, I waited and got the best deal I could. Thank you for your question. But yeah, as far as, like, specific numbers, I don't know. These number 7 angled connectors are like one of my new favorite pieces. I have, again, I waited for a good deal on them before I bought them, but I don't know if they're on, they might be on Bricks and Pieces online. Like, I don't know if you can order those online. Technic pieces are one of those pieces that, or one of those categories that normally isn't carried. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm lying to you. I'm confusing my memory that with Pick a Brick Wall, which never has Technic to my knowledge. Unless you go to a Legoland or Discovery Center store or factory store. But yeah, these number 7s are like really, really nice pieces. It's the difference between, it's like 180 degrees, number 2 connector to number 3 connector. The difference between that number, that degree of angle, cut that in half and you get the number 7. It's like half of 7, or half of 3. I don't know if that makes any sense, but so 32 number 3 connectors make, I'm sorry, 16 number 3 connectors make a circle. You connect them all with the same length axle, and 32 of the number 7s, exactly double, make a full circle. Okay, so don't need this at the moment. If you guys are curious about how it'll look when it's finished, there's a community post that I posted. I'm filming right now from my phone, otherwise I would try to show the actual thing, the digital, but if you guys look at my channel, you'll see in the community tab there should be a post that shows what the airship looks like in the end. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I've got these diamonds, and actually open this up. Front dissection, here we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take the front of this guy and rebuild it into what the new version is, which is, okay, so it's 3, 7, 3 bar. 3, 7, 3. Okay, so all these come off, I think. Do those come off? Or the 5s don't? Oh, so that's just the quadrants. So the 3s. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. I see what I did. I guess as I take this apart, I should sort the parts back into the piles in which they go. Keeps the workspace free of clutter, and also helps me find pieces later. Okay, so do I keep all the 5s on them? I mean, that's one way to do it. Yeah, I guess so. Is that, oh, is that 5L? What? How did I miss that? No, wait a minute. Oh, I'm thinking of the rear. Okay. Okay, so those don't get, the front doesn't get the bars. The rear gets the bars. But it's built the same way. Okay. Well, whatever. So I actually might need to order like 3 more bars. I'm talking about the 6L bars here. Which, in theory, are right here. But it's too long. So I don't know exactly what I did there. I'll figure that out later. That's a detail piece, basically. Okay, so I know those come out. Like, but I'm curious if it would work with it's still level. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that. But this comes out. Oh, I see what happens. Okay. All right. Cool. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So this is actually coming off. And these are now like super loose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So they're wanting to do whatever they want to do. Then the 5.5 axis goes. I don't guess it matters which direction they go. But in case it matters, I'll go the same direction that my model shows. So that goes opposite angle of, okay. Of these. The advantage of building it in the digital, whether you use LVD or Studio or even the like a more traditional CAD software, whatever you use, if you design it digitally, the computer can usually tell you like how it could be wrong or whatever if it's got a collision feature on it. It'll show you that. I know Studio does. I don't remember if it's been too long since I've done LVD that I can remember what it did. What it could do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, one more. 16. Okay. So these other Oh, hi. Is it Imran? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad the algorithm recommended it to you. So I'm working on a steampunk Zeppelin of sorts. It's a rigid airship. And I had broken down there was one sitting here, and it was 45 inches and it wasn't built the way I wanted it, and I designed it better in studio, and now I'm assembling it per what's in the model. So, welcome aboard. Feel free to ask questions, guys, and I'll be looking at the computer occasionally to see. I'm excited for this project. This is a lot of fun. There we go. Something along those lines. Good enough for now. Hey Philip, welcome in. Glad you can join. Just broke down the how am I holding up? Pretty good. Christmas was a very relaxing time with family, and very thankful for that. Okay, so we're at the step now. All right, this is what I was talking about earlier. Where I used 11 length axles and connected them here, 2 in tandem, or 2 in a line, and I got a little carried away in the CAD model. Yes, it is the cleanest way to do it. No, it does not work because I only have 50 of these, and 48 of them are in crucial locations, specifically on the wheel drums. My brother called it the double hex. We'll see it later. It probably won't happen in this live stream, but since I'm going kind of front to back, or I'll do the front, then the tail probably, and then I'll start working my way through the structure. But these are very crucial in the double hex structure in the wheels, and so I can't use them here. But 11 and 11 is 22, and so 22 divided by 4 is, or divided by 5 is 4 and change. So I'm going to do 4 of these in a row, or I can do, actually, I think I'll use 7s. 7, 14, 21. Yeah. The other thing is like the 5s don't leave a lot of room to come across at an angle. I think that's why I use the 11s. It's just lighter weight, it's stronger, and then you're coming across the gear at an angle like this. And so when you're coming across it at an angle, you need room to grab it on either end, and the 5 doesn't really allow that because it's exactly 3 studs thick, this gear is. So tilting it at an angle could be a problem, having connectors there. So I use 7s instead. which is fine. I ran out of 7s, but I just took apart a giant blimp or giant Zeppelin that had a bunch of 7s in it, so I'll use those. Let me see how many there are. There's 16, right? Yeah, so I need 3 times 16 is 48 of them. I should have 48 of them somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. So I just need 12 runners, which I think I have exactly 12 runners. Right? No, I have way more than 12 runners. Okay. Yeah, I've got plenty. All right. Cool. Had me worried there for a second, but all good now. Okay, so. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me grab another tray so parts don't go everywhere. Oh. I was like, I know I had 4 trays. This is the 4th tray. I didn't realize I had used 3 already. Wild. Ah! And that is why. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Did y'all have a good Christmas? Okay, so that should give me enough for now. Maybe. We'll see. I'll just store that here for now. I'm going to keep this in view. see these two brick exhibitors and I'm like, Parry? I was like, oh, how'd it go? A platypus? Parry the platypus? I was not expecting him. And by not expected, I mean completely expected. I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. Oh, I guess I didn't have to break it down completely. That was kind of dumb. 71421. Yeah, why did I break these down completely? That was dumb. And then this will be a 3-link connector, which I'll use the number 2 angled connector that isn't angled. Well, it is. It's just a straight angle. Okay. Is this twisted? No, it's just dirty. Okay. It's just dirty. To answer your question, Philip, yes, I'm doing the bigger version now. Yeah, Christmas can be hard work, but good. Well, glad it was good. Yeah, I get that. Definitely get that. Yeah, last night I was up till, I think, almost 3, kind of organizing this and getting it ready, which, as y'all saw from the beginning of the live stream, wasn't organized or ready, but it was a lot better and closer than it was before. And I was also cleaning and organizing and sorting and everything, because I was too tired to fall asleep. How does that work? I don't know. So I definitely understand the tired but not tired. Is it 3? Yeah. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need 11 more. Six. 10 more. really excited to be at this point that I'm actually building it. Like, it's been a long time coming. This is number 10. Number 11. I'm gonna end up using all of these. I'm gonna have to get some more. It's 12. $13. 14. 15. 16. Okay. Okay. Philip asked, got anything for Christmas? Yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize that was in view. I just looked at the top left of the screen. I got that. It's funny. A couple of Hot Wheel cars. I got some Lego. Got some necessities as well. That was nice. some clothes. Got another hat. That was fun. Yeah, I got several things. It was fun. And food. Some favorite foods. Yeah. I think that's one of those like suitcase mopeds or something or other, which is kind of fun. And then, okay, what am I doing? I'm going to studio. I did it again. They don't need to be. Okay, I see. I got a little carried away here. Oh. That's okay. Whew, it's already 3:30. I'm gonna have to jump off here in a short bit. But hopefully I can get a little more done on this build before then. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Come on. There you go. I want those facing the same direction. Makes it easier to mount stuff later. Something like that, give or take. Oh, come on. Something like that. And this will fit across it like this, basically. So you can kind of start getting a scale. Like this is a lot bigger than the other one. The other one, like, you know, didn't it was already tapered down and started to kind of come to its final, like this is already bigger than the original diameter. So I believe. But yeah, now you can kind of see there's the front end. I like the shadow that it casts on the wall. That's cool. This is the front originally, or the middle originally. And yeah, it's already slightly bigger than the major diameter there. And it won't like taper flat for a little bit yet. So I think this is a good stopping place for now. And I'll tackle these. I'm gonna reinforce these next. I may do that on a live stream as well, probably. I feel like that's, yeah, I'll probably do a live stream again. I've been wanting to do this again, so that was fun. Yeah, cool. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining me on this live stream. Fix this around a little bit. A little better. There we go. Thanks for joining me. This was fun. I'm looking forward to the next live stream where, again, probably going to tackle these. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited for this build. It's also hard to believe. I don't know if this is true for you, but for me, looking at like just these parts here and how that will build something that will take up most of this table. This 2 by 6 foot table is mostly going to be completely airship. I love it. So, thank you for joining me. Merry late Christmas, and I'll catch y'all next time.